Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for the period covering May 28th through June the 10th, 2024. This is a reading if you are Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, or have another significant Scorpio placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here, and if you're returning, welcome back. I do hope these readings are helpful. This is a general reading that covers all houses. It covers all aspects of your life, not just love, just career. It covers the whole gamut. It is a general reading, so I'm going to tell you what the meaning is of each house placement that the card is placed in, and then I will explain to you what the cards mean in that, and then how they relate to each other. If you check the description box below, I have links to my website, transitionlifecoaching.net, where you can, if you are interested, you can read more about my spiritual coaching services and mentoring, in which I also provide tarot, oracle readings, astrology, human design, Reiki therapy. Soon I'll be offering some of the new therapies and stuff as well, but you can check that out if you are interested. Also my social media links. I do have a daily live stream at 6:30 a.m. on Instagram on my transition.life.coaching account. Where I talk about different topics related to coaching or different subjects related to meditation and transition and things like that. And then I will always do a reading at the end of those. So if you want to check out those daily ones, that's where that's at. If you do like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you have not already, and leave me a comment if you choose. So let's get into your reading. Okay, Scorpio, so your first house here, this is Aries energy, personality, how you present yourself to the world, how others see you. And we have Osiris with the world. So yeah, you're on top of the world here, quite literally. You are in a situation here where this is definitely you being in a very solid place where you are not only displaying leadership, but you also are able to rely on your own judgment. Osiris in the first house is about judgment. And this is, you have this sense of accomplishment. Something has come to an end here. With the world, there's the idea of a cycle that is complete. And the completion of this cycle has left you in a place where now you feel clear and you feel rooted and that you can rely on yourself. The second house here is about your finances. This is Taurus energy. Now we have Ta with the Seven of Pentacles. So you've been working at something and you're still waiting to see the results of something that you're working for here. When Seven of Pentacles comes up, we may be going through a period of evaluation. As you see, there's a person here that looks like they've got, what do they have here? Yeah, it's actually a pitchfork or a hoe. So it's almost like they're tending to this little tree of pentacles here and seeing, how the crop is growing, right? So, and Ta is Capricorn energy, so there's definitely this strong sense of building something, of trying to make something, to build a structure here and to make something come into place here. And so I feel like you have been working very hard. I feel like this is a very traditional card when it comes to money. So there's definitely a sense of not only working hard to earn money, but also, building up your bank accounts, maybe your 401k, whatever it is that you're investing in. There's definitely a sense of strength here, but I think these have not quite reached the stage that you would like them to yet, or you have not reached a certain financial goal. But when I see the Seven of Pentacles, I only see this as a card of patience. Some people may take it as a card of reevaluation as well, looking to see what's working and what's not working, maybe make some changes or adjustments if you think certain things are not working. But you seem to be evaluating your money these days. Oh, this is interesting. I ended up pulling, did I pull two cards here? No, sorry. I thought I pulled two cards. I just dragged one away. Okay, third house is Gemini energy. This is messages, communications. This can have to do with self-effort. So if you are self-employed, this would be falling under this particular house. This has to do with short distance travel, so trips that are not that a long distance away. And this can also have to do with brother and sister relationships. So you can decide what this applies to here. We have Scarab with the Five of Cups. So there could be an end. Something may have happened recently that I don't know, that maybe you're in mourning about. So I don't know if this has to do with a sibling. If you have siblings, if you don't. This could be a regret about something in connection with work, or maybe you've just gotten a message of some kind about a change, and whatever this is making you're either thinking about the past or somehow you're clinging to the past in some way. Because the Five of Cups, often it comes about when we either have regrets about something or when we're mourning a loss. So I don't know, you may have had news of something recently that hasn't worked out. Maybe that's why you have the Seven of Pentacles here. For some of you, if this is about business, there could be some kind of a change recently that has you in mourning, and you may just be looking at what's gone or what's lost. But with the Five of Cups, the person who's sitting here really needs to turn around and see that there's another bridge here to another thing. There's actually also in this card, we see the spilled cups in front of this person, but in the shadow here, there are still 2 cups standing. So this is not a case of all being lost. It's just a case of maybe mourning what we don't have anymore, or perhaps a change or a loss has made us feel, again, either that we've regretted a course of action, or it makes us feel, we just maybe feel stuck in the worry or the loss, or what we perceive as the failure there with something. But again, there's new beginnings coming. There's change. When one door closes, a window opens, is what I'm getting in my head. So I feel like, yeah, there's just something you want to turn around and look to the opportunities and what comes next, and not worry so much about the past and whatever changes have come up recently for you in this area. 4th house, Cancer energy, home, family, ancestral stuff, your physical home, your sense of being at home. The mother specifically is associated with this house. Okay, you have wing disc with the 8 of Cups. Wow. Okay, sorry, not 8. Ace of Cups. So there's a new emotional beginning here. I mean, Ace of Cups can be a vulnerability. It can be us finally opening up our heart to something. There's definitely a sense of success here with the wing disc. So whether this is, now this could, for some of you, maybe you're in a new relationship and you are maybe now moving in with somebody who you love. Maybe there's a new relationship and you are now, or maybe you're going to be changing or moving or doing something to be with this person. That's possible. But I think more generally that this has to do with some kind of problem that's been overcome, or something that has successfully finished here. Again, we have the World up here too. So there's a lot here about having successfully finished something, and a new start that is definitely about the heart space, about being vulnerable, about being moving towards something that brings emotional satisfaction, whether that something is a relationship or whether it's just something near and dear to your heart. This could have to do with family. There could be a new start regarding family. For some of you, maybe this is a new child coming in. That's possible. Yeah, actually, I'm just looking at the 5th house here, which is the house of children. You have Isis with the Ace of Pentacles. So again, we have this new energy, and this is the card of the mother. So for some of you, there may be a new child that's been born. Okay, so maybe there's, and if so, congratulations. There's definitely this idea of newness coming in here within the home space, and also over here. If there has not been a new child lately, if you haven't given birth, if there's no, or nobody around you in your family, or whoever has had a child, then this could also just be, it's possible some of you are maybe starting a new career working from home, or maybe there's a new creative project that is something that you want to nurture, something that you want to persevere with. And potentially something that is new, was going to bring about a new financial opportunity too. So that is all definitely possible here. We're definitely seeing a whole lot of new beginnings around not possibly home and children, but also just potentially around home and something creative. This is also the house of love affairs. So I don't know. Again, this could be a new. This could have to do with love could be connected with this other opportunity as well, if it doesn't actually specifically have to do with the birth of a child. So take it as it resonates here. If this is actually happening within your family, like if you've had the child, or your spouse has had the child, or your significant other, or whomever, if there is a new child in the offing, that could actually also explain why you are reevaluating your financial situation. And why this might bring an aspect of you and your identity to an end. Because if you have a child, your life will change completely. You take on a whole different identity when you either become a parent or a mother, or become responsible for another human being in some way. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, this maybe the regret here is thinking about some people when they have kids. As much as they may love their kids, they may also regret and miss the single life that they had. So it is possible that's what's going on here. I mean, it's a positive change, but there may be something bittersweet about it. Maybe making you reevaluate things. So yeah, that definitely seems to be the case for somebody watching this video. And again, if no children are involved, there's still this idea that there's a change and a new beginning where maybe something is lost here, but it also seems like there's a tremendous amount of new opportunity. So yeah, it'll be different for everybody what this applies to. But we're definitely talking either about a family situation, a situation of love, or connected to something you're doing creatively, like within the home or on your own, potentially. Okay, so let's look at the 6th house. This is Virgo. Virgo is about health and healing. It's about worry and anxiety. It can also have to do with your job. If you work I'm going to say a 9-to-5 job, but you can work part-time too. Whatever you work for somebody else to make money, that would be connected to this house. And for some of you, this would also have to be pets or domestic animals. So we have Pyramid with the Lovers here. And so this does feel like there's a test situation. There's a choice that has to be made. This may be a choice regarding work. Again, if someone's recently had a child, then yeah, maybe deciding whether you're going back to work or not, that could be a thing. This could also just be a situation, if it doesn't specifically have to do with a job, this could just be something, it could have to do with a health situation too for some people. If you've had a situation that has caused you some kind of physical limitation, or maybe even something mentally that has caused limitations for you, you may be at a point, you may feel like you're at a point of having to make a decision about something. Nonetheless, whatever the concern is here of the 6th house, it definitely seems like something where it's going to be solved in time. Eventually, whatever may be problematic right now, it is going to be solved. For some of you, this could be love at work. But I feel more like this is just you're being presented with a choice about something, and this may be you weighing everything financially and otherwise in terms of your life and your livelihood in terms of this decision you're making. Maybe this has to do with your job. Maybe you're being offered something at your current job and it's like, okay, is this something I want to take? Maybe it's a promotion or more responsibility and you're like, well, do I want to take that on? It could be a new job opportunity and maybe you're saying, I don't know, is this going to be the best thing for me? Some kind of a choice that's being made here. So take it as it resonates for you. All right, so 7th house. This is Libra energy. So this has to do with marriages, committed partnerships. It can have to do with contracts, business partnerships, any kind of partnership that's legal in nature usually. Okay, so we have Earth with the 5 of Pentacles. All right, so okay, so there's a couple of possibilities here. Now again, just trying to take the rest of this in context. I don't know if some of you, like maybe there's a new child, but maybe there's a breakup of a relationship, okay? Because 5 of Pentacles, or it could just be that you have a partner maybe who's not providing financial support in some way. Because 5 of Pentacles is not only a card of poverty, it's a card of feeling ghosted or left out in the cold. So I don't know if somebody's maybe had a child and maybe the partner has like vamoosed or disappeared. Unfortunately, that can happen at times where somebody has a baby and then all of a sudden the relationship kind of may fall apart depending on the type of relationship it is. A lot of times there can be people, I'm going to say it's usually the man in the relationship, but I suppose there could be cases where it could be the woman too, but where somebody just says, this is too much responsibility and maybe I miss my old life too much, so I'm gonna split. So maybe for some people that's what's happened. But it can also just be, maybe that's just some of the worry here, because maybe there's a sense of, maybe you have a spouse or a partner who's out of work in the midst of all this, or not making enough. There's this card of poverty here. So maybe there's a worry about, money and financial support coming from a partner. And for me, I don't know. The fact that I see Earth here, I do think there is going to be money coming in. I do think there's going to be adequate money. But right now, I think there's a worry that there's not. If a partnership with money is not on the table, if you are somebody who's looking for love, if you're looking at, say, new love that maybe you want to nurture, then I feel like in terms of a long-term relationship, people who are not having children, people who are not married, and people who are just looking for love, or maybe have met somebody, I feel like there's some promising new beginning here, but it's gonna go slow, and you may feel like this person is ghosting you from time to time. That's the other interpretation of this if the other narrative is not the one for you. This one is, when Earth shows up in this house, the good news about it is that it can eventually develop into a strong and steady relationship. But 5 of Pentacles is often, I'm not getting the emotional satisfaction out of this. I feel ghosted. I feel isolated from somebody. Maybe it's somebody who kind of when they're there, it's fine, but maybe they kind of pop in and out of your life. I don't know. With Isis down here, I feel like there's somebody who is in need of compassion. Maybe they're at some kind of a new beginning right now, or maybe your situation with them is just at the beginning. So so keep that in mind. Ultimately, we all have a choice. There's our choice here about whether or not we want to stay in a situation like that. If this is a business partnership, again, there may be a sense that you've gotten into a partnership and maybe it's not making enough money for you, and you're double thinking. Maybe that's the decision you're making, and that's the test. Like, hey, do I want to stay in this particular situation? So take it as it resonates for you. But yeah, definitely there seems to be a feeling of either loss or being ghosted there. But yeah, ultimately I feel like that may be why some of these changes and some of these decisions may be coming in. Okay, 8th house, Scorpio energy, transformation, births and deaths, endings, beginnings, obviously, and also potentially joint finances, other people's money. Okay, we have Crook and Flail with the 10 of Cups. So, okay, so I feel here like there could be a promotion or a change in status, maybe a change in legal status of something that's connected to family in some way. 10 of Cups to me is a strong family card. It is usually a wish card. It's a happy family card. It's a culmination. It's something coming together in a community of support. Now, this is 10 energy. You also have the World over here. So there's almost a sense here that there's something. Okay, if this is about endings and beginnings, this would be about an ending of some kind, but it would be a positive ending, an ending that ends in something that you wish for. Okay, and with Crook and Flail, this could indicate a situation. Well, this is usually a situation where there's either increased visibility or perhaps an increased need for self-discipline or self-confidence. Maybe this is something where you're getting a promotion in some sense. And remember, we did talk about the possibility of a promotion and the way that might test you. And whatever this is, I have a feeling whatever this is that's coming up, it feels like it's going to be something deeply satisfying, something that's going to give you what you want out of life. But it's a matter of when Crook and Flail shows up, it's indicating, okay, not only are we visible and we have the resources and ability, but we also need to put the work in. Although it does certainly look to me like you are putting the work in. If we were worried about a financial situation, this definitely does seem like there could be help coming from family. The number 8 seems to be significant here. I mean, I know we have the 7 here as well, the 7 of Pentacles, but I feel like in the number 8, because we've got an 8 in this house and we've got 1 plus 7 is 8 in this house. So again, maybe something in August, maybe something in 8 days, weeks, months. I don't know, but I feel like there's something here. Maybe this is going to be something legal for some people. Like maybe it's going to be a settlement of a contract or an inheritance or I don't know, something. But there definitely seems to be monies that may be coming in from family, maybe through some kind of a legal setup. So, or maybe if some of you have recently been in a divorce, then maybe it's a case of making sure that you have the monies. And this seems to indicate that there is going to be a joint financial situation, whether this is family stepping in to help or whether this individual over here that you think maybe is not going to provide, maybe that person is in fact going to provide. So take it as it resonates here, but there's definitely 10 of Cups, I think, is good there. It indicates a successful ending to something. And again, we're seeing some success in a home situation. We have the Ace and the 10. We've got the ending in the beginning. So I feel like this very strongly has to do with family or a family situation. There's something that needs to be sorted out here. But it does seem like there's going to be a successful ending that brings about what you are hoping for here. Okay, 9th house. This is Sagittarius energy. So this can also have to do with legal matters, but it's really mainly about expanding horizons, Jupiter energy, long distance travel, higher education and educational institutions, spirituality, religion, and institutions connected to that, whether they be traditional or not. And we have Nephthys with the 3 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like there's something around the corner that you're waiting for, some kind of an opportunity, like you're waiting for your ship to come in and it hasn't come in yet. Or maybe you're waiting to travel and get away and you haven't been able to do that yet. That's possible here too. Nephthys indicates that which is hidden or unseen. Some of you, okay, this came in as a message that's very specific. Some of you might be taking a class or something, or dealing with something that's either spiritual healing or some kind of spiritual modality or something, and maybe you are collaborating with somebody on something like that. Maybe you're doing education in spiritual matters. That's possible for some of you, because Nephthys does have a very strong Piscean vibe. It is very spiritual, but oftentimes it really has to do with that which is not seen, which hasn't happened yet. And certainly you see this guy here is waiting for the ship to come in. So I feel like there's something you're waiting for here. And now, again, if this has to do with a legal contract or something, maybe there's monies or opportunities that you're waiting for. But whatever this is either something that's far away that you're waiting for something that's at a distance from you, or it is somehow connected to education or maybe to some kind of religious organization. But again, generally this could have to do with just something coming out of a legal settlement or something as well. So there's something that you're waiting for here, interestingly. And the fact that I have Nepotus seems to indicate that it hasn't come in yet, but with the Three of Wands, I feel like it will come in. It's just not quite here yet. Okay, 10th house, Capricorn energy. Capricorn is about career, fame, reputation, sometimes father energy. Okay, so we have air with the Six of Cups. So some of you, maybe you're getting an offer of a job change, maybe to go back to a previous job, or somebody from your past who may come and offer you something. Because Six of Cups definitely harkens back to a past situation or a past person. So yeah, there seems like there could be some kind of a past association or connection. Definitely, like I said, this can bring about a change, like a literal change in job. This can also bring travel in connection with a job. Or it can bring messages too, because air is a messenger. So there's some kind of a change coming in here. And yeah, I feel like some of you may be returning to something that you've done in the past. So maybe some of you have left a job to go back. Maybe you did something new and now decided, no, I'm going to go back to what I did before. That's possible here. Or we just have somebody from the past who may be influencing changes in your career in the present. As far as a career itself, some of you maybe is writing a biography or memoir. That just jumped into my head because obviously this would be potentially writing about something from the past. So that could be true for some of you. That's actually quite specific. I don't think that's the general meaning here. But there definitely is an element of hearkening back to the past in some way, whether it be a past thing you've done or a past person who you're connecting with. Your 11th house is Aquarius energy. Aquarius is about your friendships, social networks, also your hopes and wishes, your goals, what you're manifesting. Yeah, water with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so yeah, definitely movement and change here. Water could be involved in the sense of maybe some of you are moving across water or to someplace near water. That is possible. But oftentimes it's just a matter of flowing with change. In other words, you're going to meet the right people, get to where you want to be just by going with the flow right now. Because there are a lot of changes that are going on with respect to the big picture that are out of your control. When Wheel of Fortune comes in, it indicates that, the wheel is turning. And it's a major arcana, so these are not the things that we manipulate ourselves. These are the things that kind of happen to us and that we respond to. So yeah, I feel like here, there's some changes that are coming about in terms of what your goals are or what you're trying to manifest. Again, I don't know if a trip across water or to water is going to be part of this for some of you. This can also just be a very strongly emotional card. But certainly this is about change and flow, as is the Wheel of Fortune. So something here is definitely shifting and changing. If your wishes or what you're trying to manifest has been stagnated for a while, the good news about this is that we are going to see a movement here. Now, the 12th house is Pisces energy. So this is what's unconscious, what's repressed. What's in the imagination, what we might have doubts and fears about. And we have Anubis with the Empress. So again, it's interesting. Anubis, some of you might be, I don't know, and okay, I'm just looking down here. What did I see here? So it seems almost like, okay, if some of you are recently mothers, okay, if there's somebody here who's recently a mother, this might be a concern. There may be concerns of protection in terms of your child, or maybe protection in terms of the pregnancy itself. If there has been a kind of a situation where maybe the pregnancy has had any kind of difficulties, then maybe there's been some worries. Although Anubis in the 12th house is generally a very good card for anybody who might have to do a hospitalization or something like that connected with it. So yeah, but there does seem like there might be something to be negotiated here. And the Empress, it either has to do with somebody's mother, or if somebody, as we're saying down here, may have become a mother, maybe there's some worries about that. About negotiating that, about finding one's way through that space, about being protected. If somebody has lost a partner recently, then there may be a sense of, am I going to be you know, as a mother, am I gonna have the safety? You know what I mean? Am I gonna be able to be protected in what I'm doing? But this is showing up in the house of fears, so I feel like this may be more of a fear about things. If children are not, again, if this is not a situation where anybody's got anything to do with children here, then this could be just a situation where maybe you have planted the seeds, you are starting something new, and maybe you are worried about its safety, the protection of it. You know, trying to keep a little boundary around it, so whatever it is you're trying to grow doesn't get isn't vulnerable to some kind of attack from the outside. But there's definitely a strong sense of protection here, and just like we have Osiris in the first house, Anubis in the 12th typically has to do with us not, again, being able to rely on our judgment, not being delusional. Anubis is great to show up in the 8th or 12th house, because if there's something that we're in doubt about, it's like, nope, you don't need to be in doubt about it. You know what you're talking about. So, yeah, so definitely a good card for those who are intuitively sensing something or thinking that they're right about something, but maybe something externally hasn't manifested or has you in doubt. But it seems to be saying, nope, you can follow your instincts on that. So overall, we have Hathor with the 7 of Cups. So, okay, Hathor is definitely about trying to establish security, about trying to find your footing, find your place of being at home, getting yourself organized. I always feel like Hathor comes up when we need to finish up old business, and this could just be the ways in which we try to make a home a happy place for ourselves. Again, if some of you are recently mothers, this does have strong Empress energy, so it could be that you may be focused on domestic things. But with the 7 of Cups, there could be an element of fantasy here. So if you are a new parent, it may be a lack of clarity about how to move forward with this. Maybe you've had a fantasy idea of how this is going to go, and the reality is much different. But it can also mean, if children are not in the picture, that there may be just too many options, and maybe not all of them are realistic with regard to what you're trying to grow or where you're going. Nonetheless, it does seem like you have your feet on the ground. It does seem like there's some natural shifts that are coming in that you just need to trust that they are going to come out the way you need them to. If there has been a loss of relationship recently, because we do have this 5 of Pentacles and 5 of Cups, this may mean that you have to make certain decisions, but it does seem to me that if that is the case, and especially if somebody's just had a child, that does seem like family is going to step up to the plate and to help out with this. So, but yeah, but there's definitely, seems to be a lot of changes going on for some of you in terms of where things are going. Okay, so I'm pulling an Essential Oil Oracle card, and again, 2 came out. They came out for Libra as well. So your first card is the Destiny card. This is Roman Chamomile, and the keyword here is destiny. And the trigger statement on this is, I am lost. Isn't that interesting, right? Yeah, 7 of Cups. You know, what am I doing here? The true statement is, I do what I love. There is a path waiting just for you. Open your heart and mind so you can use it on your journey of fulfillment. Okay, so yeah, back to trusting your judgment. You're definitely, Anubis is a guide, so somebody is guiding you on your path here. There's stuff happening that's out of your control. Sometimes the answer is to just surrender. The other card we have is grapefruit oil card. And the keyword here is nourishment. And the trigger statement is, it's all my fault. The true statement is, I see what I truly need. It says your energetic body needs nourishment to begin to discern physical hunger from spiritual hunger. Cherish your body and the way that it supports you. Okay. So, yeah, so definitely, I feel like you're on a new path here. Definitely there's this idea of taking care of your health, maybe making new decisions about health. But, yeah, worry about taking care of yourself right now. I feel like you're undergoing a big life change, whether there's a child involved or not, but for somebody there definitely is. And potentially also the loss of relationship concurrently. But I feel like you are going to have support. You're going to have support from family. You're going to have support from past people. And there are changes coming in. Everything's going to start to fall into place soon, but I feel like right now you may be feeling a little bit lost. But just focus on finishing up old business right now and taking care of your immediate environment. I hope this helps for you, Scorpio. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified about these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later on in June.